I am here with the beautiful lady that fronted the classic metal band Warlock. She has 17 studio records, recorded with all of the giants of the metal genre. She has received Legend Awards from both Metal Hammer UK and Metal Hammer Germany in 2013, the Metal Goddess Legend Award in 2016, and in 2018, after headlining the Wacken Festival and playing to over 80,000 fans, she was officially inducted into the U.S. Hall of Heavy Metal History. It is my honor. I am humbled, excited to have royalty on the Dr.Music podcast today. Her Highness, the Metal Queen herself, Miss Doro Pesch. Doro, so happy to have you.
Oh man, thank you so much for these great words, and yeah, I'm excited and I'm so happy to talk to you, and yeah,
thank you.
So nice, God, man.
Oh, I love you so much. You've changed my life musically. I remember the first time I heard you, the Triumph and Agony record. I picked that up. All We Are just still lives inside of me. I get chills every time I hear it.
Oh, that's so awesome. And we have played All We Are, since 1987, every single concert, every single festival. There was not one show without the song All We Are. And Für immer, there was the second big song, which was the English, German, had a little Spanish sentence. So, but Triumph and Agony, that was such a great record, and we're still so happy to play play all the songs. Actually, we just released a Triumph and Agony live album, and we played the whole album in its entirety, and I think it came out so good, sounds so good, and live is always, I think, the best.
Yeah, the energy is incredible on that record, and you've been doing live shows for so many years, almost nonstop. How do you keep your voice? I listen to your voice now; it doesn't sound any different than it used to. It's incredible. You have to take care of your voice pretty well. Do you have a regimen that you follow to take care of your vocals?
Actually, no, not really. It's just when I hop on stage, when I see the fans, when I see the excitement, then it's all there. And I apologize today. I'm a little hoarse. I caught a bad cold. But even when I have a bad cold, the voice is always there somehow. And I don't do much. It comes out naturally, and when I see the audience is going crazy, and oh man, when there's a lot of sweat and headbanging, and and when people are happy, then I can sing 10,000 times better than, for example, in a studio session. Which that's the reason why I love live records or DVDs or Blu-rays. I think live is what we do absolute best. Yeah. But you have to have good songs, of course.
Yeah, and you do. You have a huge catalog of songs now. It's got to be difficult to make a set list now. You have to play some of those that we expect, of course. Tell me, is there a song that that is in your catalog, kind of hidden in your catalog, that you've always wanted to play, but you've never added it to the set list just because, people, it may not fit the set list?
Yeah, many songs like these soulful songs, or like the mid-tempo, slower songs. Usually we concentrate on the heavy stuff and the anthems, but there's some slower ones which are so that's definitely something for the heart and the soul. And I love the song Fortune Teller. It's half talk, and then it has a beautiful chorus, and Even Angels Cry, and Fall For Me Again, and I Know You By Heart. All these songs, they're actually on this album True at Heart.
Yeah.
And I love them. So sometimes when we play live, we used to do even 2.5 to 3 hour shows, and then I can put them in. But if we have like a headliner set on a festival where you have only 1.5 hours, then we usually play all the heavier stuff. But there are definitely some really, really nice soulful things, but I love them all. I love it as hard as it can get, and I love it as soulful, and yeah.
That's awesome. You know, I'm holding the True at Heart CD with me right now. And I just found it. Really, it's very difficult to find. Done in '91. It's all the top Nashville studio guys on there too, like Dan Huff, Leland Sklar. You even have a sax on that record. It's a really polished record. It's a little bit different for your in the catalog. It's a lovely, lovely record. Is there anything in the catalog when you look back that you say, this really wasn't me, and you don't necessarily like it? Is there anything like that?
Yeah, there was actually this one record, True Steel, which I thought the mix wasn't so cool because it should have been a real heavy metal record, and then it was like too polished for me. The record company wanted to have it more commercial, more radio friendly, and I thought, oh no. And but I think it's still a great record. And now looking back at it, it was my first American release in 1986, and it was actually a little door opener, so I could go to America. And I had a promotion tour for 3 days, and then after 2 days, I said, I want to stay. And then I stayed in New York, and then actually we recorded the Triumph and Agony album, and everything fell into place, and Cozy Powell played on it, the legendary drummer, and it was the best time in '87 when metal was so big and when it was so exciting. It was so great. So I would say even True Steel did, it was okay. And we had our first video, which was a right video. It was like a little story and a little live thing. And MTV was not even existing in Europe, but but in America it was. But any other song, any other record, I'm 100% behind it, and I definitely love like all kinds of styles and moods, and
and I love the True Steel record. Love in the Danger Zone is one that really just blew me away. That whole record, I love that too. It's so great. Now you've lived in the U.S. for many years, through the '90s even.
But still, I'm still living in the U.S. But
right.
I moved from New York to Florida because there was 2 times a hurricane in New York, and it totally destroyed my place. Like 2 times was Hurricane Irene and then Hurricane Sandy.
Yeah.
And then I moved to Florida. But I still have a little something in New York. So I love New York. I'm totally, I love New York.
Yeah, and
but Florida's really nice for the sunshine after a heavy tour. Oh man, it's you can see my voice is almost gone. The cold is pretty bad. So I always need a little sunshine, warm weather, and then
Yeah. Is that what keeps you? What is it about America that keeps you here? I know, like your good friend Lemmy, he loved it here as well. Always stayed here in Los Angeles. He was. Is there something? What is it that keeps you here in America?
Oh, man, I think America is the best. I know all over the world they are good and, and bad things and problems and good things, but I think America is the best country in the world. I love it so much. I love the mentality of the people. I love the fans. It's like, it's the way of life I love. And I always wanted to go to America, even when I was a little child, when I didn't know much about it. But I still love it so much. And I think it's definitely still the country where when you work hard, when you give it your best, when you give it your all, you can definitely make it. And I think that's not possible anywhere else. But America is definitely it's a fantastic country. I love it. And I'm always proud green card holder. So, and eventually I definitely want to become an American citizen. Yeah.
That is fantastic, and we love having you here for sure. It makes us so proud. I'm so glad you embrace us, and I hope you feel that we embrace you.
Yes, absolutely, and and to tour in the States, festivals. It's like, oh man, that's the best. It's awesome.
That's great. Now you're playing the Orange Loop Festival in Atlantic City, June 11th. Now you've got a full schedule, a European schedule, June, July, October, November. And the only U.S. date is that Orange Loop Festival. Will you be coming to the U.S. Maybe next year?
Actually, this year there's still certain things in the making.
All right.
So there's still some other festivals, which I don't know if I guess I couldn't tell you exactly what it is because they have to announce it first.
Right.
But yeah, there are some other festivals in the making, which I'm so happy to be on. And next year, the Monsters of Rock Cruise. That's where we will be on in, I guess, April, May. And I'm so happy to play another cruise. And we played Monsters of Rock Cruise before, and it was always awesome. So there will be many, many more things in the making. And yes, 23, probably a whole tour. And this year the festivals, and then next year I have to celebrate my 40th anniversary.
Yes.
So we want to make big shows, and
how cool is that? That's fantastic. I love it. Now we mentioned before that you've done some different things in your career and on the albums, and you're the queen of metal. But have you ever wanted to do something in a different genre? Maybe like a pop song or even an operatic song. Doro does ABBA.
No, Scott, I did many things, but it always has to be, the core of it has to be metal. And even when it's like a softer song or a ballad, but I think to me metal was always freedom and to say whatever you think and feel, and to have a lot of passion and power and emotion. So whatever song it will be, it always has this combination, but it's always like, the base of metal. So no, I'm not a pop fan. I don't like the other genres too much, but I like to combine things, and that's sometimes so nice. That's why we did like this really nice record, Toured Hard in Nashville. It was so great to play with these fantastic musicians and to have like these great songs on the record. I think the record has the best songs. Like that's when I really learned like the art of songwriting. That was like, wow, that was mind blowing. So I like to combine a lot of things, but it should be it should be metal and rock, and pop is not for me. No, it's not for me. No,
right. That's what I thought.
When something is too pop, then no. Sometimes the record company, they always said, try to write a pop song, and no. I know what I like, what I want, and I can't change. Sometimes, in the early 80s, they always try to change you, like the look, the sound, the song, and it never worked. Yeah. And I thought, no. And one time, one person said, okay, that was this great record. I don't know if you know it. It's called Love Me in Black, which I love so much, and we did it in New York and in L.A. with great people. Jimmy Harry was the producer, and Dyke Krups, that was another band I worked with on this album. And then I said, the title should be Love Me in Black, because it was my favorite song of this album. And then somebody said, okay, then we have to change your whole look. You have to cut off all your hair, dye it black. And I said, what? No way. And it became such a big problem. And they said, you shouldn't wear any black leather anymore. And I thought, no, man. And now I still wear leather, but it's vegan leather. it's not anymore real leather because when I started out, I wasn't conscious about all that. But now, the last 20 years, it's all vegan leather, and it looks as cool as normal leather. And I love animals. That's the reason why.
Beautiful.
And, but I tell you, sometimes people want to change you. And when I was young, then I thought, okay, maybe they know better than we do. But no, in the end, no, it never worked. So, but when I feel I'm excited about a song or a record, then I think the fans, they feel the same. They feel similar. And it has to be real and honest and, good. You know, that's what I love,
Yeah, and it comes through. Your voice is just, it cuts through your passion and the power and that feeling is really, really, it just vibrates through your voice, and we feel it. We feel it, no doubt.
Good. Oh, that's good. Yeah. And I tell you, I could learn from the best. I was so lucky in my life. Like, all these great bands we could tour with. Like, my first tour was actually with Judas Priest in 86. It was unbelievable. And then, Motorhead and Saxon and Ronnie James Dio. We toured with him so many times. So I could definitely learn from all these great guys. And then one time, I was a big Kiss fan when I was growing up. I still am. And then Gene Simmons produced one of our records. And that was so awesome. That was so awesome. And my first duet was actually with Lemmy Kilmister. And then we did many songs together. And it was like, man, I got a lot of support. And I could learn a lot. And I could definitely learn from the best. So,
It is great. And you still, there's, everybody wants to work with you. You have Johan from, Amon Amarth, which I love the way your voices act together. It's just beautiful.
Cool. Yeah, it was actually really interesting. We played Wacken, the big Wacken festival in Europe. It's the biggest and really best heavy metal festival in Europe, I would say. With 90,000 people. Now, anyway, we were playing a show, and then I watched Amon Amarth playing a show, and I was standing at the monitor desk, and I talked to my tour manager. I said, man, I love the band. I love Johan. He's a great singer. He reminds me a little bit on, like, James Hetfield, kind of. And I said to the tour manager, I would love to work with them, one of these days. And he said, that would be cool. That would be different and great. So I didn't think about it anymore. A couple of months later, I got an email from the guys of Amon Amarth that said, hey, Doro, would you like to sing a duet with Johan on our new album? That was the album Joms Viking. And I almost dropped that. And I thought, wow, they felt the same. And then I did, and we sang the song A Dream That Cannot Be on their album. And then 1 year later, I was doing my album, Forever Warriors, Forever United. And then I asked Johan again if he would, like to do a follow-up, and the song is called If I Can't Have You, No One Will. And he sang on All for Metal. That's like, that was the first single, and like an anthem, kind of like All We Are. Many people sang on it, and Johan as well. So that was, I love to collaborate, and I think it's always, these are always the highlights for me on any record, or on any record we did. Like the guests, like that's always like, wow, even Pete Steele and Lemmy and Udo Dirk Schneider and Taya. Yeah, we did a couple of great female singers as well. The ex-singer of Nightwish, Taya Turun, did a nice duet. And I did a duet with the new singer of Nightwish, Flora Jansen.
The best.
I love doing that.
There, I mean, this is tremendous amounts of talent. Then those collaborations are great. We love them as fans for sure. Former Sodom guitarist Andy Brings wrote a song about you, "Hail to the Queen," which I thought was just, it brought tears to my eyes. It was so special and such. It honored you in like lyrically, and song titles are in there and things like that. I just thought it was so perfect, and it's such a great song. Is there is something, a moment in your career that you remember that means the most to you? Something that sits really close to your heart?
Actually, what you just mentioned, there was one of like these total highlights. There was a guy from the fan club, which I'm very close to the fans. Always, like the fans are my life. So there was this one guy, and he said, "Hey, do you have one day you could give us and stuff? And it's a surprise." And I said, oh, "Okay." So somebody who got me, it was actually in Germany with a nice limousine and stuff, and and I had no idea where they would drive me. And then, and then they said, "Okay, close your eyes." And I thought, okay. And then we went into a club, and then the ex-guitar player of Sodom, Andy Brinks, he performed the song "Hail to the Queen," and all the fans were there from all over the world, from America, Brazil, France, England. And it was like a big, big fan party, and I thought, oh my God. And so that was definitely one of the highlights, and like these surprises, like, oh man, I love, and I had many, many highlights, man. Yeah. Probably, we have not enough time to talk about all great things, but when I'm with the fans, can be a small club or a big festival, I'm like the happiest. That's what I live for, and it doesn't have to be a big deal. Just a little club, a little show is when it's nice and hot and sweaty, and when everybody is having fun. Yeah. Oh, that's it for me. That's it for me.
I love that. I love that so much. In '95, you made an acting debut on a soap opera. And in 2006, you took a lead role in a film, which I'm drastically looking all over the world for, Anouk, The Path of the Warrior, or Way of the Warrior, which also had Mark Storace from Crocus in it. You did a sequel to that movie. So is acting something you enjoy doing? And would you consider doing more of it in the future?
Actually, the first thing there was just like, it was fun, but they said, "Hey, Doro, we put your new record in this soap opera," and I thought, okay, and I could drive like this beautiful Ferrari, and it was fun. It was pure fun. And then the second one, Anouk, The Path of the Warrior. Yeah. This he's a cool guy. Luke Gasser is his name. He was the producer, and he wrote the script, and he was the main male actor. And he asked me if I would write the movie soundtrack with him or for him, and and I read the script and I thought, wow, man, I love it. So we met again, and I said, yes, I definitely wanna do it. And I wrote the song Warrior Soul, and then we did like the whole soundtrack, and there was one duet with Mark Storace on it. And then Luke said, "Hey, would you like to play a part in this movie? You can pick and choose which one." And I thought, yes, there's this girl, she's a fighter, her name is Meha, and I would like to play this character. And I learned so much from this character too. It was so great. And then we did 3 movies together, but the second and the third part, there's a problem. It's not out yet. And, something about the rights and stuff is like, there's always something. So, but it exists. I think it's great. And the first one, if you're really looking for it, you can find it. But it's hard to find because I guess it didn't have best distribution. But it was fun. But I definitely liked it. Music always comes first. But something like this, acting in a cool movie, that's always a lot of inspiration for other great songs. So, so I definitely like it,
I'm looking all over for it. I have not found it yet, but I'm going to find it for sure.
I'm sure you will. It has subtitles, so it's like, it's not for everybody. Sometimes when you're not used to subtitles.
Right.
It's cool.
Now, in 2002, you were in a boxing match. Are we going to see Doro in a boxing match again? Back in the ring?
Oh man, I tell you, probably not. Probably not, because at first, they said it was another thing. Like, I was on a tour I don't know, it was a heavy tour in the winter time, and then I got a phone call from this TV producer, and they asked me if I would like to do this boxing match, and I said it's just for fun, it's not real, and I thought, no, I can't, because we're still on tour, But then they called every day, and I said, hey, we will feature your album, your song, and we just had the album out, Fight, which was actually perfect, and a couple of songs on there for another boxing champion. It was a lady, Regina Halmich, which we became great friends, and she was actually, she was the trainer of this other girl. And, and then, they said, hey, do it, it's great TV exposure and stuff, and we play your songs. And I thought, okay, if it's just fun. And I said, yeah, it's not real. It's just like, it's fun, nothing will happen. I said, okay, let's do it. So I was there, and there were 2 fights before my fight, like with guys, like big guys. And then, this one guy, his nose was totally broken and bleeding. He had to go to the hospital.
Wow.
The next fight, I think the guy broke his leg. He was totally unconscious. He had to go to the hospital. And then, and then the TV people came up to me and they said, well, it could be a little bit rougher than we thought. And I said, what do you mean? I'm on tour. Tomorrow is the next concert,
Right.
So actually I did it, but I tell you, it got so serious. And then I think I broke the nose of the lady who was doing the fight with me, but not intentionally. It was just like, I was doing Thai boxing for fun and for, keeping in shape and stuff. So I'm not a professional. And then, and when you have these, like these events, anything can happen, so I wouldn't do it again. And the other lady, like, she was really, she was so mad at me because of her nose, and I thought, I didn't do it on purpose, but I would never do it again, because really, what they told me, it wasn't true. They said, no, it's just like, it's just playing around, acting, and, having fun. Oh man, it was so dead serious, and I thought, man, I'm so happy that I didn't, break my legs and that the tour would end,
Right.
It was like, sometimes, in TV I had many experiences where, where I was invited to shows, and then it was a totally different subject, totally different from what they told us before. So
Right. Wow.
But, but you never know. It's always an adventure.
Yes, and that sure is an adventure right there. No doubt about it. Is there something that you've always wanted to do in your life, but you haven't done yet? I mean, you've done so much with your life and your career. Is there something that you've always wanted to do, but haven't?
Actually, I'm so happy. Music was always what I want to do, and everything and anything what is like, connected to music, like whatever, the fans, writing songs, going on tour, playing festivals, doing, new records. I love that all. The only thing what I miss is having animals in my life. I love especially horses and dogs, and, that's impossible to have when you're on tour all the time.
Right.
So I miss animals in my life, and and I'm a big lover of horses. Oh God, since I was a little child, and dogs.
Nice.
Oh, I love dogs, and I love all animals. So I always try to to support good people when they take care of animals which were not treated right. And I'm connected worldwide with like these, small and big organizations, and we try to make the world better for animals, and and I always wear cruelty-free like clothes. Like,
Right.
that goes without saying. Like, and I became vegan, and because of the animals, so that changed as well. And
That's beautiful. Yeah, I have a cat in my lap right now. So,
oh,
and
nice. Oh,
yes,
that's awesome. That's awesome.
I am the same.
I had actually animals when I grew up, and I had 2 parrots when I was in New York. Oh my God, I loved them so much, and I had no idea that birds have such a deep soul, and we were always like sleeping every night together, every morning. That bird came up into my bed, and then I put the blanket over the bird in my bed, and then we were till 12 o'clock, and it was like, man, that was unbelievable. It was crazy.
It's just animals are just wonderful for everybody.
Yes. And I want to, actually, on the new album, I'm working on a new album, and there's a song for the animals, and it's called Heavenly Creatures. And and it's in the making, and
fantastic.
it's to support animals. And
that's just so great. It's so great to hear that you're working on a new record too. That is just awesome. Yeah, we look so forward to it. The Orange Loop Festival is coming up on June 11th. We're going to see more dates possibly. That is fantastic to hear. We're going to see another record coming up. You've got so much going on. It's just so great to have you out here doing what you do. You make our lives just so special and fill it with so much beautiful sound. We love you, Doro, so much. I can't even tell you what an honor it is to have you here, to talk to you. I look so forward to seeing you when you come here.
Oh, thank you so much, man. You're so sweet. And I love you guys and girls out there, too. And, I live for you guys, for all the metalheads and rock fans. And, I will definitely rock till I drop, as long as people want to see and hear it. And I'm so happy, I'm so happy, and it's been a dream come true for so many years. So I had no idea that it would last, that long. I thought maybe when we're in Warlock, maybe we have 3, 4, 5 years, and now it's like, it's almost 40 years. Next year it's 40 years, and wow.
40 years.
It's great,
Man, that is awesome. And I hope there's a big celebration, with a package, and, we see another tour, and, we'd love to see more and more from you. It's great to have you in our lives.
Thank you so much. Then I will see you all, I hope, 11th of June, Orange Loop Festival in Atlantic City. I can't wait. And we will play all the highlights. And, of course, all we are,
Yes.
All we are, all for metal, film, whatever,
It's so great. Yeah, look forward to that. And the rest of the tour, you're busy. You're out there doing it, pleasing fans. It's the mutual love between artist and fan, and nobody does it like you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me, and I see you very soon, and I wish you all the best.
You too.
Metal, keep on rocking, and all that good stuff, and lots of love.
Lots of love to you, and thank you, Doro. Love you much.
Thank you. Love you too.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Ciao, ciao.